Matej, it's been a season of lots of ups and downs. What would you consider the highlight of the year?
The highlight of the year was the crash in Flanders, which destroyed my classics ambitions. It was not really a good season for me. I don't think I got any of the results I really worked hard for. It was mainly down to bad luck. Um, yeah, I was really close in Sanremo. I think if Philipsen was not in our group and Van der Poel would race for himself, maybe that attack in the final kilometer would have worked. But Mathieu rightfully closed the gap for Jasper, and Jasper won the race. So it played out perfectly for them, and it was the other way around at Paris-Roubaix. So yeah, it's a season for me to forget, but I am moving on and working hard to be even better next year.
Regarding San Remo, do you think that you have a clear plan to push hard for Tadej to attack? Do you think that's something that benefits you as well?
Yeah, potentially. Even though there are some sprinters, especially Philipsen and Pedersen, who are really strong and can still make it over, even though the tempo is super hard. But yeah, definitely a benefit for me that not all of the sprinters can make it across in the first group.
Have you already decided where you're going to start now the 2025 season?
It's not pinned down just yet, but I guess I will do one or two races before I go to Belgium for Omloop and Kuurne, which are the first two important goals for me.
Do you already think about the Grand Tours? Are you going to switch up, or is the Tour the main one
I
again?
think it's going to be similar to past couple of seasons. We are going to focus. I'm going to focus on the Tour de France, Spring Classics, then a small break, and Tour de France.
There's been a lot of talk recently that cycling is becoming more dangerous with the crashes, and unfortunately, we had the incident with the radio at the World Championships as well. What's your opinion on the cycling's current situation?
Uh, it's always going to be racing. We as racers are willing to put a lot, are willing to risk a lot to win a race. It is a very competitive sport, and the rewards are pretty big. So yeah, it's like with your suitcase. If you buy a bigger suitcase, you're just gonna put more stuff into it, no? So at the end, it comes down to us to assess the risks and try to stay on the safe side. But sometimes we do risk too much. It's in our nature, and it's always going to be like that. It's not a lot you can do. Cycling is not a sport that happens in a controlled environment, in a stadium or on a racetrack. So it has its limits. I don't think it's an option that we start racing in a full protection gear, or maybe a small amount of it. I don't know, but yeah, me as a rider, I'm just focused on making progress, and possibly when at races, I try to, for the most of the time, if it's not down to winning a big race for me, I really try to stay within my limits. I never would risk anything for a seventh place in a race, and I never for sure take any risks if I just want to finish the race. Of course, when I was trying to win Sanremo, I took a lot of risks in the last corner and I almost had a bad crash, but it was my personal decision, and nothing happened at the end. I managed to stay upright, but if I did just a small mistake or was not able to correct the mistake I did, I would have probably ended up in a wall and had a really bad crash. But it was my personal choice, and it is racing at the end of the day. It's not this is the way we are, and there's only so much you can do to fight it.
Yeah. Do you still take the same amount of risks going downhill as you did when you were younger?
No. When you are younger, you take much more risk because you have less experience and you don't know what can go wrong. as you grow older, you make more mistakes and you learn from them, and you learn to take risks only when it matters. And you limit your risks in training or when it doesn't really matter in racing.
Yeah. There's a new generation emerging with big talents coming out all the time, and especially now from cyclocross. You had Vanderpool, Bernard, Nies. You're a tremendously talented bike handler. Have you considered attempting to go to other disciplines to experiment as well?
Uh, I was a gravel world champion last year, and I did some gravel races uh, in 2024. It was fun, it was something different, but it was quite demanding on top of my road schedule.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm gonna keep racing gravel in 2025, and I'm most definitely not gonna go into any other discipline races like mountain bike or cyclocross, because I am with Team Bahrain Victorious. We are a road focused team, so these are our goals and ambitions are all on the road. So
Yes.
it's unlikely that you will see me in a mountain bike or a cyclocross race.
One last question. The team has had a lot of signings this winter. Is there someone that you're particularly excited to race with?
I think we have a lot of new talent. I'm eager to see them how they perform at the highest level. Some of them are really strong in training, but that doesn't always necessarily transfer to success in results on the road. But I really hope that they will prove that we can have success on the road as well.
Okay, Matej.